Hello, YouTube. Deke here again from D Fixin'. Welcome to episode 2. So to dive into this video, I'll start with the apology tour, because I should have done one out on Tuesday, but it was a week. And I started to make a list of the top 10 reasons why I didn't get a video up, because it was that kind of week. But I decided to dumb it down a little bit and just stick to the big ticket items. So the fifth reason that I didn't get a video out this week was it was my wife's birthday. She's important. So, we went and did a night that was just her, came home, cuddled, and all of that, so that was that. Number 4, we got a new president. I don't typically watch all the politicking and the swearing in and everything, but it was really neat. Sometimes I wish I would have paid more attention earlier, but enough said. Number 3, we had 2 snowstorms back to back. We typically get 1 or 2 snows a year, and they're always gone the next day or within 2 days. And so it's been 20 degrees outside for over a week, probably 2 weeks. And with that, my building's not insulated at all. So I got to run a lot of heat, which brings me to number 2. My wife and I have both been sick as all get out the last couple of days. I'm out here. I got no energy, but you can only lay in your deathbed so long before freaking, you got to get up and walk around. So I'm out here freezing in the shop, kinda. I'll talk about that in a minute, because that's going to get us to reason number 1. My main heater here, I had a friend get this thing on an auction from a business that closed out, and he bought like 25 of them for like $50. And then for weeks, he's going around giving out a torpedo heater to everybody that wanted one, but nobody wanted the big ones. So I took the big one. And this thing has been a great companion since like 2013. And I've used it a lot. And I mean a lot. And I got a video of it the other night. I wasn't taping when the explosion happened, but I peed myself a little. It was downright entertaining. But you'll get to hear some of the yelling and some of that. And then, so we had to go out and get another torpedo heater. And in a snowstorm, guess what? You ain't finding a whole lot of torpedo heaters on the shelves. Nope. So I still have hopes, because again, I'm against throwing this stuff away. All right. At a minimum, hopefully I can get 2 batteries and be okay. Or 2 batteries. Wow. 2 bearings and be okay. That's what I'm hoping for. But you never know. All right. So that's the 5 reasons why my video's late. Now, on to the construction phase. So I got a couple videos of getting the trailer in. I squeezed this bad boy in here, and she's tight, but it's in here. And this week, my truck should have been in here because it's that cold. It's been 15 degrees. All right, it's like 9. It's 15, feels like 9, I think is what they call it. And that's freaking cold. Where I grew up in Minnesota, there was times that you couldn't start a vehicle for weeks. You would leave it running sometimes for days just so that you would have something to drive, because it was that cold. But anyways, and then, I got the trailer in here. It's clean and dry. And I tried to kill myself with this grinder. I don't recommend that at all. When I was younger, I used to be able to control these bad boys a lot more. All right. But nowadays it snags on a rivet, and I got some big mitts. And this bad boy will leap out of your hands, bounce off of the wall, the ceiling. I don't know how it didn't get me. Again, I probably peed a little. It was that entertaining. But so we got a good chunk of the deck cleaned off on this trailer, and I'm gonna give you a quick walk around on that. But that's not even the whole story. So, you know, you can see the trailers in here and taking up a good chunk of my shop. I had done a countdown of my website and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but it didn't show up. So that stinks. But another thing that turned up is I got that other ATV got dropped off that I was telling you about, and I got to get started on it. And then my favorite thing to fix in the world. So this thing isn't a lawnmower, it's a leaf sucker, but it's the lawnmower engine. And that's the one that I was telling you that you stick the bread wrapper in the carburetor and you can start it on the first pull every time. So here in a little bit, if I can muster up some strength today, I ain't picking this up and putting it on the table. I'm probably gonna have to work on it on the ground. But that's what I'm kind of hoping to get done today, is to get that started so I can put that in another building and then maybe get kicked over to this ATV and get that out. I was told, well, like everything on the internet, it ran when parked. The guy's grandkid or daughter or something rode off with it and brought it back, and it wouldn't come out of four-wheel drive. And then it just got pushed up into the tall grass and it sat. And when he brought it here, we pushed it in here the other morning. We were in a rush to get to work, but it had a snowdrift over the whole top of it, and the entire thing was full of pine shats. So, and then the other neat thing there that you can see, let me see if it'll zoom in on that. Hold on, I'm gonna take you out of this. All right. So the other thing is I got to climb down off of here because this is a death trap too. Okay. So it's been sitting so long that he lost the keys to this bad boy. So it's only like $14 for another ignition on the internet. But I thought I would go through my list of, I got a bucket full of keys, and I found a bike lock that I had from like 1991. And I'll be danged if the bike lock doesn't start the bike. Well, it turns the lights on the dash. So we have enough stuff to get started with it. Now it's just a matter of, I got to shake whatever this is that we got. It's super achy head to toe and coughing all the time. And my cough ain't as bad as my wife's, but she knows that it's bad when I'm willing to stay in bed the bulk of the day. I don't know if that makes me a wussy, but whatever, you know. I got to see some cool YouTube videos, so it was a bonus. But, all right, we're going to step off here for a second, and then I'm going to try and work myself up to pulling this carburetor apart real quick, and I'm going to show you the coolest carburetor fix you will find on the internet. All right, we'll be back in a second. Okay, so here's the blower. Now this bad boy, it's got a big suction head on the front. I'll walk around it here in a second. And then, so it's got this big suction head on the front like a vacuum, and then it's got a stick grinder on the side. Now, I just checked the engine oil in this thing, and not only is it full, but it's clean. I mean, you cannot complain about that for engine oil. The tank totally dry. Oh, come on now. The light ain't gonna come on. But you can see it down in there. It's too dry. So, this is the carburetor. And underneath, you can see that 1/2-inch bolt. That's what we're gonna take out. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, and it's kind of hard to view, but we're gonna take and pull this bolt off like I was telling you. And I'm just gonna stop the camera for a second. You see me pulling the bolt out. To add to this, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take off the air cleaner. We're gonna cycle the throttle up and down a couple times just to make sure that that all functions. It's not super great, but it works. All right, if I were gonna complain, this bad boy is dirty. That is dirty. That is horrible. So we will call those what you might say contributing factors. So like I said, we're gonna use the standard old rusty 1/2-inch wrench. And then this thing here, this is the Pocolator 9000. In professional terms, it's a welding head clean out, but it does amazing in cleaning out the jets on carburetors, which is all that's dirty in this, is the jet. Okay, again, contributing factors. The whole bottom of the bowl is full of mud. That ain't cool. But this right here is the science of it all. Oh, my camera's gonna let me down. Hold on, let me see what I can do here. All right, see that hole in the side? And then the hole up in the middle, there's no light coming through any of that. That's what allows the gas into the motor. And all of the impurities in gasoline nowadays plugs them up. So, hold on 1 second. All right, so sometimes the camera doesn't do it justice, but there's the jet with my wire pushed all the way through it. And then you can see in the end, the hole in the middle. So you got to clean both of those out. And then that's what allows the gasoline to get into the engine. And now we can put gas in this bugger, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna run. Okay, so we cleaned out the jet, we cleaned out the bowl. We're not gonna do anything about the air cleaner right now. But before we put that all back on there, we're just gonna put the bowl and the jet back on there very loosely. Okay, so what I did was, this is still on here loose. All right, the nut is just finger tight. I'm gonna pour a can of gas in the tank, and I'm gonna let some run out, and then that way we know we're getting fuel from the tank to the carburetor. So I'm gonna try and do this all in one fell swoop. Plus I wanna spill a bunch so that I can catch the garage on fire for more likes and views. All right, see that? We got fuel. Sorry, I'm holding the camera and trying to keep all the gas off of my hands and the camera at the same time. Okay, so that's snugged. We know we got fuel. I'm gonna stop and set this bad boy up in the tripod so that we can start it. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so really all you're trying to do here is just trying to hear the motor run. So Let me set all this aside. That's on. This thing's going crazy, blowing wind everywhere, but I wanted to, since it's the first time it's been running in a couple of years, so I wanted to start it and let it run for 1 minute and now shut it down. All right, and I'm only doing this just because I want to brag and to see that it'll still start on the first pull. Throttle up. Contact. What can I say? It's the third pull. All right, so I'm just going to give you a quick recap on the blower unit here. Basically, we took it apart, cleaned out the jet. We reassembled it with the old air cleaner. I just blew it out off camera because it was messy. And I ordered a couple of squeeze ball primers for it, and for about $7 this thing's ready to go again. Runs like brand new. That'll probably be it for today. So like, comment, subscribe if you want to. I appreciate all the views and the extra commentary in the background. It's always entertaining. But I hope it was informative and entertaining. So I'll see you guys on the next one when I get hot on this ATV.